During the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
And I said, hey, oi, let's chop your penis off. Oi, can I have me penis back? Why do you have dreadlocks, you white oppressor?
Royce Lopez.
Always be aborting. A always be aborting. Always be aborting.
Breaking news.
Breaking news, guys.
You're hearing it only on our show first. Apparently Donald Trump has worked out a deal. He will get the wall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rock climbing wall.
Oh, no! The other side's going to be a slide. You climb the wall up and you just lands into a nice, clean, chlorinated pool. And then you immediately get a welfare check. Oh, shit. He was a boy. He went to girl. Now he wants to be a boy again.
Oh, God, just stay a girl if you're going to be this indecisive.
I think Caitlyn Jenner's a handsome woman with a great penis. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trannies. I just don't want to put that one's cock in my mouth.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time, here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
Howdy, folks. It's Friday. We made it. Alive. Barely. How's everybody doing out there? Revenge of the Sis. Ending your week with more news and entertainment and more bombs. Mike Sheely and Royce Lopez joining you here. I have a terrible toothache today. And I can barely speak, so he's gonna do some heavy lifting today.
That's fine. I got you, fam.
It's gonna be fun stuff.
I got you, fam.
So we caught the Maga bomber, huh? The white guy, the white nationalist,
Well, yes.
Trump supporter.
This was live right before the show.
Oh, Jeff Sessions.
Thank you all for being here. Over the past week, more than a dozen.
He looks like a Dana Carvey character.
He really does.
You know what I mean?
Looks like Dana Carvey now.
Yeah, he does.
Probably.
Yeah.
Suspicious packages have been sent through the United States Postal Service to a media outlet, a Hollywood actor, and at least 7 high-ranking current and former.
Not a good speaker.
He is not. Let's get to the good speaker. Here we go.
Is still ongoing. I may not be able to answer questions about his background or about his motive.
But we can say for sure that Trump is responsible for this.
That's weird.
Yes.
Much like that.
What I can say is that this was a nationwide investigation of enormous scope and of the greatest importance.
Did anything blow up?
No.
To my knowledge?
No.
No. Cory Booker got one today?
Yeah. Did it
This
blow up?
morning? No. That's good, right?
Yeah. That's, by the way, even, again, I said this on previous shows. If you were a shitty bomb maker, like, I don't know how to make bombs, but if I Googled it and I bought the stuff and I mailed out 10 bombs, 2 of them would go off. You know what I mean? Like, 2 of them would have killed somebody. Like, this is terrible. He's 0 for 20 right now. What is happening?
Our investigation ranged from New York to Delaware to Maryland to the District of Columbia.
Delaware was the worst.
Hey, we're in Delaware.
It'd be funny if he just slips that in there. Stretched across from everywhere, even Delaware. Ooh,
Oof.
that was a rough one.
To Florida to California.
And guess what state he's from? Florida.
The suspect has been identified as comedian Pete Davidson.
Whoa, hey, I have a story of him today, too. It's not a good one.
Nah, he's doing good.
So, yeah, basically, this is the dude. This is the guy. His name is Cesar Altier Sayok.
Milan, yeah, the dog guy.
No, not the dog
He's
whisperer.
the one that does the...
Sayok. Apparently, he is Native American. His Native American name is Runs with Pipe Bomb. This is him at a Trump-Pence rally wearing a MAGA hat. Apparently, a single fingerprint led to
fucking Juice from Sons of Anarchy.
led FBI to MAGA bomber. Trump-supporting bodybuilding Native American strip club worker is charged with 5 federal crimes and faces 58 years in prison for mailing 14 packages.
I love this timeline. So what do you make of it, though?
A single fingerprint helped the FBI crack the mail bombing spree targeting critics of President Donald Trump. Cesar Altier Sayok, 56, was taken into custody on Friday morning in Plantation, Florida. That's where John lives. In connection with 14 suspicious packages and have been discovered this week. FBI investigators initially tried Sayok to the bomb spree through a fingerprint on the package addressed to U.S. Rep. Maxine Waters.
Watch John will know this idiot from some gym, too.
Yeah,
you should come into the gym on Thursdays.
I train in boxing.
You're like, what?
No, of course he will. He posted a photograph of himself wearing a MAGA hat in the U.S. Capitol.
John is basically like Gay Terry from Reno 911. His stories are so over the top, nobody ever believes him. But right at the 0 hour, every time, his stories are proven to be completely true. And you're
weird.
like, what the fuck?
All right.
John's like Gay Terry from Reno 911. No, seriously, my super rich, hot girlfriend is about to come pick me up right now. So, you know, you guys wait. She's going to come get me. No, she's not, Terry. And then fucking the convertible pulls up.
Yep.
Hey, Terry, come on. Told you guys. See you later.
When his dad was Paul Rubin and he came with a plane, a private jet.
No, it's not, Terry.
This is him.
Live from the Trump event.
This is him.
Next president of the United States. Oh, yeah, Donald J. Trump, next president of the United States.
He even talks like a fucking Native American, by the way.
Yes, Donald Trump will be president. My people.
The next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Understand, you take a look at these people, you study these people.
Danny, this one's for you.
Dude, he had gains.
He did know how to work out.
He-
There's a lot of guys that
Look.
don't get anything out of working out, but that was a guy that knew how to work
He
out.
worked out.
By the way, Seminoles are fucking nuts. Seminole Indians are fucking degenerate. I used to have to deal with these people in Hallandale when I used to have that titty bar that I worked
Yeah,
at.
because they were by the Hard Rock.
Oh my god, dude! You don't want to mess with a drunk Seminole Indian. They're the worst human being. Like, and the thing is, a small little drunk Seminole Indian will fuck up like 3 of your bouncers and stab one of them over nothing. It's the weirdest thing. I've had the toughest bouncers in the world be like, "Oh, it's one of them Seminoles. All right, who else is on shift right now? All right, get Greg and get Dan. Have them come with me." Like, there always has to be a couple to go over and talk to these guys. They're nuts. He looks like he only worked out arms, though.
Yeah, glory muscles.
The glory muscles.
The glory muscles. This is him at a Blacks for Trump.
Can
This
we
is
talk about this now?
the van. Yes, of course.
All right.
Okay.
These stickers, considering he's driving around in the Florida heat and sun, are strikingly brand new.
You know what? Exactly what I was. I when I saw it, Mike and I haven't talked about this, by the way. I saw it and I thought the same thing. If you live in Florida, considering how humid it is and how hot it is, stickers come off all the time. You could have a sticker on for, especially on windows.
You can't even keep a legit like registration decal on your windshield for an entire year. That shit starts to peel off.
It's
and that's made of a lot better shit than whatever Kinko's he was having these printed out at.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's weird, right? And the stickers are, you know, the famous drawing of Trump on the train, Hillary Clinton and Michael Moore in his crosshairs, then the swamp, then a Ben Garrison cartoon right here, then CNN sucks. Like, this guy was a caricature.
This guy looks like
what the New Yorker would draw a Trump supporter to be,
or what, like if like people like Blackburn or Trollita or somebody were out there fucking with boomers, you know, or like Executi, if they were going to make a new profile to fuck with boomers, this is what their profile would look like, you know? Like, you go like, I'm just going to do every kind of horrible boomer thing I think they'll like.
Then
Not enough QAnon stuff, though.
American Top Team. Okay, this is the FBI.
Ann Coulter works for the FBI now?
I guess. Whoa, who's this? Who's this desperate housewife FBI agent?
Yeah, and what's with this fucking clearly staged photo op?
Oh, is it? How can you tell?
I'll kill you.
Okay. That's him with a woman of the night. That is
A woman of the night. It might be one of the clubs he worked at.
Might be one of the clubs you worked at.
Let me see. Nope.
No? Okay.
He strikes me as one of the ones that probably worked like a swing shift manager at like a Pompano Beach club.
Right.
Probably like a real shady ghetto-ass club.
He is Native American, so I propose, Mike, we round up all Native Americans and make them live on their own land. I'll call them reservations. What do you think?
I like the idea. Could we call it something else, though?
No, we can't. We call them casinos.
Okay. Look, we can call it whatever you want.
Okay, fair enough.
As long as
Mike's gonna send trade loads to the casino.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You can call it whatever the fuck you want, as long as you put me in charge of day-to-day operations
the casino.
Of the, Yeah, the casino.
At Mike's Casino, the house always wins.
Yes.
Always wins. His is him with another stripper.
All right, what's wrong with this one?
The stripper or him?
Her. She's
on pills.
No, but I'm just not even drug wise. No, but I just mean it's like she should be cute, but she's not. Right?
She's like the chick from Burn Notice. It's a specific thing, but the chick on Burn Notice either looked 65 or 32, and there was no in between.
There's nothing worse.
Why does he dress like Steve Harvey going to church? That bothers me.
He works at a titty bar.
At least here he's dressed more.
He was either a VIP floor host or he was a manager at a strip club. You can just tell by the way he's dressed.
Gaines. So I know that's a picture Filipino shade.
And that's the thing. I bet you he managed some of these clubs too, because when you get a guy like that who's not totally retarded and he's in good shape and he dresses nice and he doesn't steal, you usually give him the shitty shifts to manage. Be like, can you do Sunday afternoon when nobody's going to be here so I can go watch the football game?
Dirty G says, "What up, guys? Thanks for the laughs. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. That's very, very much appreciated. Thank you. Oh, look at this. He has to add extra plates, bro, because even the machine doesn't have enough room for all the plates he needs. He fucking lifts, dude.
To be honest, though, he is a big dude.
He is a big guy.
We can make fun of how stupid he is, but I wouldn't want to be hit by that guy.
No.
And he's big and he's big and crazy, which makes it worse. Because crazy guy will hit you hard. A crazy guy that looks like me will hit you hard. A guy who's big, who's not crazy, will hit you hard. A guy who's big and crazy might rip your brain stem off, your whole head off.
Here's some pictures of some of his Facebook posts. Your typical boomer post. Hillary Clinton calls KKK Grand Dragon.
Get off the Democrat plantation, guys.
Here's another one.
Candace Owens trying to tell you.
Hillary shared state secrets with two non-government. The typical boomer, just typical boomer posting.
But to be fair, right? Mm-hmm. It's not Trump that puts you guys in the spotlight. You guys have been putting yourselves in the spotlight.
Correct.
Say what you want. I obviously do not condone violence, and I don't condone hurting people. But people are leaving out the fact that this guy mailed these so-called bombs to people who are actually attempting a coup in our country. I'm not excusing his behavior, but stop acting like you guys are just a bunch of poor little dindoos.
Correct.
Who are just, I'm just in my office trying to craft policy. No, you're not. You're being divisive. You're being fucking extremely dangerous. Your rhetoric is... I just posted a tweet earlier today with all the pictures of the last year of Kathy Griffin with the decapitated Trump and Snoop Dogg shooting a fake Trump and all these people killing fake Trump. And I'm like, yeah, clearly Trump's violent rhetoric is responsible for these bombings.
Calling one of the best judges we've ever had a fucking gang rapist, and 100% making everybody on the right scared to walk outside, like I said, with a MAGA hat because you don't want to be fucking yelled at, you don't want to be screamed at. You guys are doing it. Maxine fucking Waters.
Yeah.
Go down the fucking list. Yo soy Joe Kennedy.
They're promoting violence. Trump hasn't promoted violence. All right, there's 2 times Trump has...
The body slam thing.
Which
was funny.
And also the one when he was in, I think, Nebraska. It was one of the other Utah, but it was a Midwest state where he said, and these people are lucky we're peaceful. Talking about how we could easily kick the shit out of them. But, he's not out there doing shit like that all the time. And most of the time it's tongue-in-cheek, and he's kind of being funny about it. These people have been essentially shrieking, we need to kill Donald Trump. That's what they're doing. And now some of the country's like, yeah, you guys are a little nuts. But now they get a couple of bombs that don't work in the mail. They milk it for as much sympathy points as they can. And they're like, oh my God. Yeah, you know who else did this? The Nazis. The Nazis were fucking firebombing their own shit, being like, we're being attacked. It's genius back then. Still genius.
So what are we thinking here? Are you thinking this is still a setup and this guy's taking the fall?
Well, they can't blame all of us Trump supporters, and they can't blame, all you guys that keep saying that we're racist right-wingers. Fine, then I'm a racist right-winger. then I don't want any fucking Indian, dot or feather in my party, so I'm not getting the blame for this. Remember, we're the white racists, so it's not a white guy this time. You got to leave us out of it by your rule, per your rules. No, but I don't know what's. I don't know, man. It seems too staged to me, and I know people are getting attacked for that today. You said it was staged, and now look, it's real. And I'm like, I'm just gonna dig in my trenches and say, yeah, it's staged. Sorry, not backing off of that opinion. It's just too it's either staged or that guy's not very brilliant. Obviously, he's not very smart, and he's nuts. Like, I don't know. This is more of a mental illness issue to me than it is a political one.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, do you see those strippers? You want to move on
from the fake bombs?
Yeah, do you want to move on from the fake bombs to something real?
Sure. Oh boy,
look! Does that look like a man who's doing well?
His eyes always look like assholes. He has asshole eyes. I don't know what it is with him. No, really, seriously.
Asshole eyes.
He has asshole eyes.
He has an immune disorder, I think, is what I heard.
Yeah, it's called an opiate addiction.
Okay, well, tomato.
I had a bunch of weird, undisclosed, random issues all the time too, and I was always on drugs. Oh man, I'm sorry about it.
Sinus infection.
I haven't slept, which is why there's giant circles around my eyes, and I'm sweating. You're like, what? What is wrong with you?
1 week after calling off their engagement,
Oh, I thought it was Jesus. I was like, this voice is
is finally speaking out on the Ariana Grande split. He's handling the situation the only way he knows how. Lots of slightly inappropriate jokes. News that Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson called off their...
Who would have thought this couple wasn't going to last?
Props to him, though. He got to empty his dick into that. That's pretty cool.
Their engagement broke just over a week ago, and the comedian finally broke his silence on the sad situation. While co-hosting Judd and Pete for America comedy show and benefit on Saturday night in West Hollywood, the SNL star addressed the split and made some self-deprecating jokes in the process. He opened the show by saying, quote, "Well, as you can tell, I don't want to be here. There's a lot going on. Does anybody have any open rooms? Looking for a roommate?"
No, because I don't want to have to deal with police thing when they kill yourself in the bathtub.
Yeah, you know how hard it is to clean fucking gray matter out of
thank you.
Yeah, all over the walls, couch.
The couple lived in a $16 million New York City apartment.
No. Let's get something straight. The couple stayed very briefly for a month or two in her $16 million apartment.
Duration of their engagement.
It's not his.
He previously admitted that because Ariana was the one who bought it, he always felt like he was just a guest staying in her.
You understand her apartment is worth 8 times what Pete Davidson's actual net worth is?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's worth $2 million. Her apartment is worth $16 million.
Ariana was the one who bought it. He always felt like he was just a guest staying in her house.
Because you were a guest staying in her house. That's what you were doing.
Because you were together for like a month and a half, 2 months. You're a guest. It's a guest situation.
He also addressed all the tattoos he got in honor of the God is a Woman singer, admitting that he's going to have to get a lot of cover-ups in the coming weeks. He joked, quote, "I've been covering a bunch of tattoos. That's fun. I'm f***ing 0 for 2 in the tattoo department. Yeah, I'm afraid to get my mom tattooed on me. That's how bad it is."
Dude,
such a mess, man. It's so funny because he's such a mess, man.
Is he?
He doesn't even have any jokes.
Pete then told a story about being called stupid for getting so many tattoos in the first place. While 93%.
You are stupid.
Yeah, you
Look
are stupid.
at this.
He's trash.
This is a comic now. This is what a comedian is.
SNL.
This is SNL. The same SNL that had Belushi in it.
The same SNL that had Phil Hartman.
That SNL.
They went from Phil Hartman to Pete Davidson.
Wait. You talking about the same SNL that had Norm Macdonald on it?
Could you imagine a story in which Phil Hartman got a tattoo? Got a sleeve tattoo?
You know what I mean? That would be ridiculous.
He would have been like, "No, I'm a canvas.
Are you
I'm a
crazy?
human canvas. Like, you could put the ones that are made of stocking on me if you need one for a comedy sketch." God, I miss Hartman.
That getting so many tats was a dumb idea. His friend apparently had stood by his side and supported his decision. Now that Pete and Ari have broken up, however, even his buddy admits that the body art was a bad idea.
Bad
Pete
idea.
said, quote,
Bad idea. And he's actually on one of the stages too.
Yeah, he is. I fucking hate this man.
obviously, we broke up or whatever, but when me and her first got engaged, we got tattoos. And it was like in a magazine, like, was Pete Davidson stupid? And 93% of it said yes. So my boy, he was like, don't listen to that shit, man. They're literally haters. And I'm like, yeah, that. I'm not stupid. And the other day we were in my kitchen and he was like, yo, bro, turns out you were stupid.
That's kind of funny.
Already covered the dangerous woman tattoo he had behind his ear, and Ariana was spotted sporting a Band-Aid over one of her tattoos for Pete during a recent performance.
She got a tattoo. Okay, look, I understand him, but she got a tattoo of him?
It was, no, but to be fair, the funny thing was, right, he got a bunch of tattoos of her, like big ones and stuff, right? She got like a little tiny set of initials on like the inside of her finger. Like, she's not dumb either. She knows she's a business. She got like a tiny little like initials on her foot and tiny initials like on her finger. She got the tiniest, most removable thing. And he just went all out.
Pete concluded his set by calling himself a, quote, good guy that just keeps getting kicked in the dick, which is actually...
No, you're a fucking faggot who's getting exactly what you deserve.
Yeah, you're a complete douchebag, which is why you're going through this.
really heartbreaking when you think about it. It's clear that...
Dude! All right, I can't anymore with him.
Why? He's so funny, though.
Did you see Rogan and Ari Shaffir go at it about Alex Jones? Like,
No.
they went at it. It's long. We'll skip around, but...
Wait a minute. I saw a clip of Ari recently on
This-
Rogan, but I didn't see them fight.
Yeah.
Doing that, doing the edibles. I remember Alex Jones being there once, and Diaz giving him a cookie. And he
That's
goes,
right,
He goes,
in
hey, eat this
Vegas.
cookie. Yeah, and Alex Jones is like, what's in the cookie? And Diaz goes, eat the fucking cookie. like, what kind of stupid question is that? You know
That's
what's
right.
in there.
We went to eat with him afterwards. He was barbecued. He was so
Barbecued.
much more reasonable back then.
He was so much more... Listen to him already hedging his... Man, Rogan, holy fuck, there's no loyalty.
He was a different guy.
I never understood.
You
By
saw
the
him
way-
distancing himself immediately? You saw that?
He was such a cooler guy back then. You mean back then when he was calling out the Jew?
Yeah.
When
Or
he
no-
was, you know, what I mean? When he was talking about 9/11 was
Yeah.
an inside job. That was
when he was cooler?
Missile hit Tower 1 guy. That was cool.
How they made him from crazy conspiracy theorist to alt-rightist. I didn't get the connection there.
Well, that connection happened when he became united with, like, Alex Jones became united with Donald Trump, right? Because he was a big part of Donald Trump in the campaign days.
In what way?
Donald Trump would call in. He would call into InfoWars. And
Right.
he knew that Alex Jones had a big base, and Alex Jones would help him get elected. Donald Trump was very clever in who he aligns himself with.
Sounds like you,
I
Joe.
was just gonna say, how
How
dare you?
fucking you, that's your life,
Hey,
Joe.
Jamie, why don't you pull up that picture of Joe Rogan out at that fucking nice Jewish buffet dinner with all the Rubensteins and Peter Steins and Shapiro Bergs. Remember that?
And he's like
Yes.
this. That's a smart cookie. Like, he's very smart in when he calls bullshit and when he doesn't call bullshit.
He
You know what I'm
chooses to
saying?
call bullshit.
Yeah, it's like, imagine if Kanye West was debating him and they were doing a presidential debate and Kanye was talking like that. He'd be like, what the fuck is this guy saying?
Exactly. But
What
he's
are you
like, I
saying?
think you're giving up for me, so I'll let
Yeah.
you talk.
Yeah. He's...
This thing, and it's like, or whatever.
I don't want him to be a martyr, right?
Yeah, and it's like, no matter what, he's just, I'm spinning this to conspiracy. And then I just
That business is a tricky business,
I just
man.
don't.
Do you mean the business where you made your bones, Joe Rogan? I remember when you started your podcast, you fucker. The only reason you have all these fans, I remember being going to the early Joe Rogan forums, for his show. I would go to them just to see what he's talking. Fucking aliens in Roswell, man. The moon landing was forget. Joe Rogan was saying these things, not Alex Jones. The moon, Bigfoot, man. What if Bigfoot's really out there, dude?
Multiverse theories and shit. And you're like,
yeah,
all right, that's fine.
That's
but
fine. You're allowed to do that. But then you fucking shit on Alex Jones for just continuing to do the same thing.
Somebody told Joe Rogan that Alex Jones is no dice anymore.
Yeah,
That's the
that's what it
bottom
looks
line.
like. Yeah.
Somebody told Rogan enough with Alex and whatever.
how they said like, no, you got to be off the air now. It's like, what?
Well, that's where it's fucked up.
You're just a lizard person guy.
Well, it's not though, because like people were concerned that you're giving out bad information, right? And they're concerned about it. But then with Alex, what came out was
Has he lost his mind?
Bad information? Holy fuck, Joe. I again remember, listen to the episode 10 or 13, even the ones that they would replay on Sirius of Joe Rogan. He only gave out bad information. His conspiracy theories were insane. I don't know, man. We didn't land on the moon, dude. He would fucking wax philosophical about JFK, about, oh, they didn't kill him. It was this operation. What's the false flag operation?
Operation Northwoods.
They always quote. I remember listening to him talking about that. You're fucking a disingenuous prick. Wow. Because once you started getting these big people on your show, you shit on people like Alex Jones. And by the way, we make fun of Alex Jones more than anybody. But the fact you're not standing up for him shows what a fucking phony you are.
This is a classic heel turn, right?
Like, dude.
If life were wrestling, this would just be a straight up, I don't know what got into Alex. Boo! Like, what are you doing? This is like kicking somebody through a barbershop window. Like, you're turning on the guy for no reason. Somebody's got marching orders, dude.
Fuck you, Rogan.
Somebody's
Fuck
got
you.
That's a man who has marching orders.
Dude, again, what bothers me is the fucking hypocrisy of this. The reason you were friends with us before because you were a conspiracy nut.
Because he was at those dinners with Dave Rubin and fucking Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro and Sam Harris, and they were all going, that Alex is a real kook, man. You need to separate yourself. You're better than that, Joe. You could be a real voice for your generation, man. But you got to get away from these kooks. And he's got enough people now telling him that Alex Jones is no bueno. Even though you used to hang out with him and Stanhope and fucking smoke weed in Austin and shit, go shoot guns, all fucking Hunter S. Thompson style. No fucking loyalty, dude. Unbelievable.
Hook thing. The Sandy Hook denial thing.
You were friends with him when he was actively doing that. When was the Sandy Hook? When did Sandy Hook happen? What year was it?
That was 2012.
Okay.
I want to say.
I want to make sure.
2012.
2012. You're right.
Fuck with me on some trivia,
Don't be that excited about Sandy Hook.
I'll never not be excited about Sandy Hook.
So you were in 2012. You were friends with him. You had him on your show previously while he was saying those things. You have been on his show. You were on his show since then.
Somebody find me.
Oh, faggot! Fuck you.
Somebody find me some old Joe Rogan shows from 2012 where even I guarantee you, if you dig through 2012 Joe Rogan episodes, you will find an episode where he's like, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of spooky stuff around that Sandy Hook thing, man. You know? Got to keep asking questions, dude. Got to question everything, bro. Watch. Go look it up. This kettlebell swinging faggot.
Was when
again conspiracy. I don't get why that's
right, but it was a conspiracy involving children being murdered and their
so what?
Parents being actors. That everyone was like some sort of a crisis actor.
You mean, again, like Mike said, that 9/11 was an inside job done by Bush and the people that were on that plane were, remember Alex said they were let off in a warehouse somewhere. And Joe Rogan at the time, you were friend. What's the did? There were children on. Hey, faggot! There were children on those flights too. You faggot! How dare you?
No, man, but it's like problematic, dude, to give out bad information. So, like, we need to contain that bad information by banning people from the internet.
Find Joe Rogan. Find Joe Rogan talking about 9/11. Go back as little as 5 years.
I say fuck that. Go back to 2012, 2013. Go listen to old Joe Rogan shows, and I bet you at some point he has had at least a couple-minute conversation with somebody about Sandy Hook, and I will bet you that even Joe Rogan himself has brought up some questions about it. Let's ruin Joe Rogan now.
No, yeah, because fuck him. How dare him?
And they were hired by the government to
By
take
the way, you know Joe Rogan's married
this
to,
is,
right?
This is,
huh?
You know who Joe Rogan's married to, right?
Who?
You know who his wife is?
Who?
Robert Schimmel's daughter.
Oh, yeah, you've told me that before.
Yeah. So Joe Rogan's wife is also city folk.
Joe Rogan apparently Joe Rogan on what day was it? I'm looking for a date. Hold on. This is Joe Rogan in 2012 on the Rosie O'Donnell show talking about 9/11. I have audio.
Because if that Tower 7 one, that Tower 7 one is the weirdest one of all. Because when you watch that one, that was like, why does that collapse like that?
Yeah.
Like, it's just strange.
And I'm sure you've seen the BBC reporter who is speaking on camera in World Trade Center 7.
This is him on Rosie O'Donnell's show on OWN.
Is behind her, and she says, World Trade Center 7 has just fallen. It has fallen. It is the third building, and it's still standing. And 10 minutes later, Joe, the building fell.
Yeah, there's a lot of chaos that goes along with any catastrophic situation like that. And I think a lot of people are scrambling, and there's a lot of miscommunication. And I bet a lot of people were probably saying, if in fact it did collapse on its own, the firemen were aware, I bet a lot of people were saying, hey, this thing is going to go. It's going to fall into itself. I don't know if that's possible. See, again, I'm not an architect, but maybe it's just such a crappy design that when it catches on fire, it just collapses like that.
But fire has never turned concrete into rubble in the history of the world, right?
It does seem ridiculous, but I'm not smart enough to. I mean, I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be completely stepping out of school if I was arguing that it's impossible.
Yeah, the
for a
Building
building
7
to do
thing
that.
is creepy. It still is
No,
to this day. It's completely unexplained.
Agreed.
But I get annoyed at the people that are like, those other two towers shouldn't have went down. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
This is
Okay.
the most radical version of
Sure, I understand, and I understand that's wrong and crazy. Where do you get from there to you can't be allowed to say these you've been saying these made up things before.
Right.
You're saying it still.
Well, it's
I don't get why it's a hate monger.
You got a really good argument, but here's the argument. The argument is, what is Facebook? What is Twitter? What is YouTube? Are they private companies?
He is really all over the place, man. This is a guy that has orders. You know what I mean?
Are they private companies?
But do you understand that when you believe something, you can explain it to people. But when you're taking orders, your argument skills kind of fall off. You end up like changing the subject and deflecting because you don't. It's not coming from your heart. So he's like, well, why is that? Well, the argument is like, what is Facebook, man?
Yeah, no, but okay, you know what?
Nigga, what are you saying?
I don't agree with him, but let's say I do. Let's say they're a company, but Joe. Here's the thing. I'm not mad at what you're doing because of what YouTube did or what Facebook did or what Twitter did. They're fucking shitheads. We know that. What I'm mad about is you saying, you yourself, Mr. Freedom of Speech guy, that you can't have Alex back on your show. We listened to it, remember? You can't have Alex back on your show.
Not only that, but he's making the argument that Alex Jones should have been kicked off.
No.
That's even worse.
I agree. I get that. But my point is, you won't even have him on your own show. So stop diverting it to other fucking with their private companies, man. All of a sudden, now he's Mr. Ron Paul Libertarian.
Most certainly, or even more so, are they utilities? Is it like the electricity? Is it like a phone? Like, what should you be allowed to tell someone they can't use it?
I wonder if Jack said, hey, I'm shutting down Twitter, if the government's like, we're opening it back up again.
Right. Or is it like...
That's a pretty good question there. I didn't think about that.
NBC. Because if NBC is a private company and Ari Shaffir says, hey, the lizard people are eating kids and that's who runs 60 Minutes, and they say, no, Ari, you're fired. Look, Roseanne made one fucking bad Ambien joke, and they canceled her, and they kicked her off of
They were looking to
Roseanne
get rid
show.
of her for any other reason.
They weren't.
They were.
They weren't.
That's not true.
Why do you say that?
Because
the show was a huge hit.
Because of the outrage over the first season when she was like, she supports Trump.
Yeah, but
I
the
talked
show
to Morgan about it.
Was a giant hit.
But they were looking to get rid of her. This whole group was already saying, we want you out. We're looking for an excuse. Kind of like when they got rid of you at the Comedy Store over filming, when it was like, come on.
See, again, I do like that Ari does fucking kind of call, dude, that's right. Remember they kicked Joe Rogan out of the Comedy Store and he wouldn't go back because they took Mencia's side.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm. They already wanted to get rid of you.
Well.
And then they found an excuse to get it done.
That's a tricky argument.
They wanted her.
Because he's right and you don't know how to fucking spin it with your kettlebell brain.
Watched it and it's There's 12 characters in the show. 10 of them don't talk about who they voted for at all. One of them is pro-Trump. One of them is anti-Trump. There's also a little trans kid on there. And that's it.
Basically, rabble-rousing, which is like a lot of what people do when they're talking about the other side, trying to take away your rights, trying to take away your guns. We're not going to stand for it. And people are...
Guy who owns a bunch of guns, by the way.
We're going to get shot. That kind of talk. I mean, I don't know specifically what he said, but there's a problem that you don't know specifically, right? There's a problem that they can just decide that you represent a certain faction of thought.
Yeah.
And that this should be eliminated from, you should be deplatformed. Instead, like...
Deplatformed for a conspiracy guy. And they go, people were going up to those parents and saying, like, your kid's not dead. And it's
That's a real issue.
Yeah, but it's like, he's not calling for that. That's what they're doing on their own.
Right.
Somebody shot 2 cops in New York because of the Black Lives Matter movement.
Right.
You don't shut down the Black Lives Matter movement over that.
God, I fucking wish, though, huh?
They weren't asking for them to shoot cops.
Right.
Someone did that on their own.
There was also an
He
incident
wasn't
in
asking for them
Dallas.
to do that.
Right. No, he wasn't. You're
So
right.
like, I don't see how you deplatform. The only great article I've read was by a trans woman who said, when I hear crazy shit like that, I feel like you're supposed to roll your eyes and then walk away. You don't say, hey, you need to get gone.
Well,
have him on your show, Joe.
Deplatforming people. That's a good way to put it.
That is what they're saying. And
yeah, he didn't come up. Joe didn't come up. By the way, Joe's not the one that came up with that.
It's also, it seemed like it was a universal deplatforming because Twitter was one of the last places that kept him on. And then they decided that they were going to remove him. But I didn't see anything specifically.
Because.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they have...
Can he be on a fence more than you've ever seen a man on a fence?
He's always on the fence. This is what Rogan does.
He doesn't believe in anything, does he?
No.
When it comes to technology, there's not really an equivalent or
Those are mostly left
commensurate
people,
company.
yeah.
It's all left.
You like his awesome shirt based on a meme, meme from 3 years ago?
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
All left. There's not one right-leaning, large social media platform.
Right.
They don't exist.
It should just stay out of it. But I get why then you get a Reddit situation where it's like, okay, but suddenly it devolved into just child porn.
Well, Reddit, the problem with Reddit is an anonymity. When you give people anonymity, and one guy actually lost his job because of it, because somebody decided, hey, this guy's such a fucking creep piece of shit. Let's find out who the fuck he is. And they got his IP, and then they figured out who he was. And then he was like some guy who was a dad.
Doxing people, that's what's called.
Right.
He was like some regular guy with a job. They got him fired. Like, he had a bunch of weird, kid fucking type posts and a bunch of shit that just people.
But some of it's just like, it's almost like role playing. Where it's like, you're not serious.
Exactly. And it's all said
I saw
under
Holtzman as people were running out of the room yesterday or 2 days ago.
Well, look, basically that's how I'm gonna put it.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like a blowout.
Yeah, well, it's not a blowout. It wasn't like him and Crowder arguing over weed, man. Joe Rogan will defend weed more than he will Alex Jones.
What happened to Joe, man? That's the worst that's the worst display I've ever seen from him.
Yeah, it was very bad.
All right. I do love that his guests keep bringing it up to him, though, like he's an idiot. It's really funny watching him have to defend himself every time somebody comes on now.
Mike, what? I haven't even said anything yet.
I saw it already.
Tom Ballard? ABC? Australian Broadcasting Company?
I can't believe this thing exists.
Tom Ballard, you can ask that mansplaining. It's a skit. It's a skit, guys.
I love a good skit.
Mansplaining.
Okay.
Shut up! Sorry.
Okay. What is mansplaining?
Here we go. Why don't I just give you a couple hours to go shopping? Just get out of here for a minute.
Mansplaining is when a man...
Mansplaining doesn't technically exist, you know? I mean, it's sort of a term invented by women to vilify and oppress men.
Well, it is...
Nobody talks like that. I wouldn't say that. I would just say, shut up with it. Shut up in your mouth.
Full-on men's right activist would, like one of those fags.
Yeah.
term that's been recently invented, but it's really useful because
look, you know, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with
Well, smack you one.
men
Richard
explaining
Spencer.
stuff.
This is working differently because I'm liking the guy that keeps interrupting her.
I'm going to drag you down a flight of stairs, boy. Your ankle's just like Richard Spencer. There's not a thing you can do about it.
Anyway, is there? I mean, if you think about it, women, I mean, they don't really understand anything at all. So if a man speaks over them, cuts them off, I mean, really, we're just...
All right, but look, who's the hero in this? Because if this exact skit could be done for for the incel community, and you would be this guy be the hero.
You know, saving time, helping out.
Helping out. I mean, another way to think about it is that when a man
Have
explains
you ever
something...
noticed that really, you know, there's no such thing as womansplaining? You know, I mean, if I, a man, were to say that, you know, women were cutting
they have
me
that.
off...
It's called nagging.
Yeah, it's called the every time they talk.
And speaking over me and being all condescending and called that womansplaining, be accused of being a misogynist.
Mansplaining is when a man explains something to a woman in a condescending or patronizing tone.
Yeah, sorry, but that in reality, that just doesn't happen, does it? You know? And who's this? Who is this anyway? Who are you? Just... Oh.
I'm Dr. Jessica Keane. I'm a lecturer in the Department of Gender and Cultural Studies at the University of Sydney.
Ugh, you're worthless.
You're nobody. You literally
worthless
nothing.
human being.
You provide and do nothing for society.
Do you notice that every worthless human being has a huge, long title at a university?
Of course.
It never means it. Why does it mean anything to people?
Yeah, but you know, what is that? You know, PhD in...
I'm with this guy.
Being a snowflake?
It's 10
I like this guy.
Yeah.
years of study.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, day one. Oh, I'm offended by everything. Day two, here's your degree.
Okay, this is great.
The worst part is, though, is that you know this guy doesn't believe this stuff.
Of course
and that
not.
they're all fucking lefty.
Yeah,
homos.
I know.
But this,
Oh, dear.
I'm actually an expert in this.
Yeah, no, but I mean, we all are, you know. I believe in common sense anyway, you know, university of life.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because everybody that goes to universities, and we do campus reform all the time, this is just a bunch of geniuses out there, right?
yeah, and all the people that didn't go to college are fucking worthless. They're subhuman shit.
Fucking losers.
Expert.
So, Mike, will you not mansplain to women anymore, please?
Yeah, no, I'm going to keep doing whatever I want. I'm going to make my last stand anywhere I can, all right, Jews? I mean, you know, whatever.
Okay. Vox has an idea how to cure depression. This is actually from a Vox
With a
article.
bullet?
So close. Drug our drinking water with lithium.
Yeah, I've seen this. Everybody's actually acting like this is some sort of dystopian nightmare scenario. But yeah.
If you apply that 50 to 60% reduction in the U.S., where about 45,000 people total died by suicide in 2016, you get a total number of lives saved at about 22,500 to 27,000 a year. This is likely too high since you can't reduce suicide rates in places that are already high lithium. Jemmy's own background of envelope calculation is that we'd save 15 to 25,000 lives. Number of intimate psychiatrists are making a pretty remarkable claim. They think we could save tens of thousands of lives a year with very simple, low-cost intervention, putting small amounts of lithium, amounts likely too small to have significant side effects, into our drinking water, the way we put fluoride in to protect them. This is why they wanted Alex Jones gone, folks. This is why they wanted him gone. The frogs are gay. Did you see the video of him with the pipe bombs?
I do like the closer. Just take lithium then. Why
Yeah, exactly.
It seems like a really convoluted way of getting it in your system.
No, you got to put it in the water. Did you see the video of Alex Jones?
The video for lithium?
No.
If you'll post what we cover, edit it however you want, just get it out to Infowars.com, post it to YouTube, Facebook, wherever. Call it Puppy Dogs and Kittens. Call it Verboten. Call it whatever you want. Just get it out. Because they've got armies of people battle testing how to censor it right now when they blow up their own news organizations. The newspapers are already bankrupt. It's
Oh, okay, hold on. This is not, hold on. Alex Jones today was running around with these fake pipe bombs. And hold on, please, somebody send it to me.
I love this man.
Pipe bombs. Hold on, I'll pull it up. I swear I'm going to find it. This week. Here it is. Got it. You're just hearing it. You haven't even seen it yet. Check this out. This is what InfoWars is doing. And Joe Rogan won't have this man on his show? Are you nuts? Check it out. This is from yesterday's show.
It's a real bomb.
They all have fake bombs, and they're just jumping around.
This is like something out of a morning zoo. What is happening?
I don't know.
Boom, boom, boom. Get down. Fantasizing about the assassination of Trump. Rosie O'Donnell says martial law, use the military to kill the president. Phil Mudd says it on CNN. Former. Get down. You know. Hold on.
Sorry, I thought.
Listen, we joke about this, but this is what they're saying: that I'm guilty, Trump's guilty, we're all guilty with these fake bombs. So these are.
Take this seriously, Owen.
Seriously, stop being an
Did
asshole.
you see that? He just totally
Stop diminishing the importance of this issue.
Take this serious. Look at the bomb he has. It has a picture of George Soros on it.
I don't think that's a real bomb.
On here.
You know, we
Get down.
Hold on.
Sorry, I thought.
Listen, we joke about this, but this is what they're saying: that I'm guilty, Trump's guilty, we're all guilty with these fake bombs. So these are real too. We got Hillary mailed us a bomb because her picture's on it.
Mine's ticking.
Document cam shot, please. Yours is ticking as well?
It's ticking.
I don't know. Is this what happens ever since they left YouTube?
This one says bomb. What does that mean? Okay, dude, let's go back to Rob Dude, news director.
He's losing his mind.
And they're the ones, and we're just illustrating how anybody could just deliver crap like this and then say it's real, but all the experts say it's not, and they're still breathlessly doing this. This is their false flag. This is ridiculous.
Oh, these aren't real? These aren't real?
No.
No, this is a bombing. Didn't you?
Wow, this is yeah.
This
you're
is a bombing, all right.
You're bombing,
Yeah,
all right.
it's
Trust me.
Most accurate thing I've ever heard Owen Schroyer say.
So anyway, they're going to put lithium in our water, is what it looks like.
Delicious.
Everyone will feel better. No one will kill themselves. By the way, sad news. The Simpsons have lost the battle. Apu is being written out of The Simpsons in light of controversy. Yep.
You got to be kidding me.
Nope, this is legit. This is from today.
R.I.P. Simpsons.
Well, Hank Azaria will have one less character to voice on The Simpsons. The series is reportedly cutting out Apu Nahasapita Petalon from any future episodes following mounting controversy over its racial stereotyping, especially following Hari Kadabulu's 2017 documentary, The Problem with Apu.
So we just indulged this asshole.
Yes.
So this asshole is now going to be super famous guy on the left.
The news comes
I hate
from an
this.
IndieWire interview with Adi Shakner, who spearheaded the campaign earlier this year, attempting to solve the show's Apu problem by crowdsourcing a script that he hoped Fox would produce.
It was never a problem.
The hope was for naught, however, as Shaknar now reports that I've verified from multiple sources they're going to drop the Apu character altogether. They aren't going to make a big deal out of it or anything like that, but they'll drop him altogether just to avoid the controversy. Shankner says in sources including two people who work for the series and another one who worked directly with creator Matt Groening and IndieWire, also reached out to Fox, who cryptically responded, writing, Apu appeared in the 10-14-18 episode My Way, or The Highway to Heaven, which is incredibly suspicious, given that Apu only appears in a single shot within the characters gathered around God. Earlier this year, the series bit their thumb at the controversy. We played that on the show. No good read goes unpunished. Following that episode, Groening also responded to the controversy, saying, I'm proud of what we do on the show, and I think it's time our culture where people love to pretend they're offended. Of course, Azaria didn't share those sentiments and told Stephen Colbert that he would perfectly be happy, willing to step aside, adding listening to voices means inclusion in the writer's room. I really want to see Indians and South Asian writers in the room. Why? They suck.
This sucks, man.
The Simpsons show, it wasn't for Indian people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish, you know what? I wish they just, honestly, they should have went away a long time ago.
Oh, no, I agree. I'm not that mad because, look, they can't they can't take away the first 11 seasons. You know what I mean?
No, but it really does, it's going to sour my enjoyment of it. Just knowing that they eventually caved, it's gonna diminish my enjoyment of The Simpsons.
Yeah, that's true. That's it's you can't. Every time you give in to them, they're going to keep going. You know what I mean? You've given them a fucking opening to be cunts. All right, Mike. I figured you liked this one. Who do you hate more? Antifa tries to shut down Charlie Kirk and Candace Owen at CSULB camp. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see who you hate more.
Point USA for campus class. Charlie Kirk has to go. We're going to find out where. Fleck's talk.
Can
I ask you some questions?
Ho ho! Charlie Kirk has got to go.
Where does Charlie Kirk have to go?
Back to wherever he came from with his hate speech.
And you think hate speech should not be protected? You think he should speak here tonight or no?
No, I don't think he should speak here tonight.
What about free speech? How does that work? Where's the line?
I'm not going to talk to you.
Okay, you guys in the protest? Can I ask you some questions or no? 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 Can I ask you some questions? No? No? Yes, no? Stuff. Bigger picture, it's a win.
Comrades, who wants this?
I do. I know before I said that the culture's kind of weak and the chants are bad and the signs don't make sense, but this one is...
Government shouldn't rule over people's lives. We need small government. Let's defend imperialism, police brutality, and ICE. Yeah.
That's a great meme.
It is.
That's really good. That's really going to get it,
It is. It's great.
People.
It's pretty funny.
Oh, they shrunk his face also.
Once you have more than 5 words in a meme, it's over. It's done.
What do you mean? That's great. You like reading a lot because it's like a book.
No, a meme is supposed to be boom.
Bam.
Now it's burned into my brain forever. Not this. This is like studying something for a test.
I didn't read what it said. Notice the plastic knuckle-covered gloves for fighting. That's what they wear. It's part of the costume. Last one. Any interest in an interview, guys? Some questions about what's going on here today? Yeah? What's your name? Nice to meet you. All right,
Black
with
girl.
Danielle at the protest. What's going on here today?
Can you tell me who you're representing?
Fleck's Talks.
Okay, what is that?
It's a YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I don't really use my Facebook that much.
Just checking. I just found out about it yesterday from class, and it's the leader of the True American group, which is a white supremacist group, decided to come to
The True American Group?
I don't know, but hang on. I want to hear what she has to say. Okay.
our university. Not decided. They were actually invited by a small group of students, so they were invited to come and speak here. And
who is the person?
Charlie
Kirk is a white supremacist.
And the group.
Yeah.
You know, he's in my opinion, he's banging Candace Owens, right?
Can you prove that?
No, but
Sniff his fingers.
Am I ever wrong about it?
No, well, you're not. They do travel a lot together.
They travel a lot together.
Then they have adjoining rooms.
I am of the opinion that they're rock Trish Stratusing it in circa 2001. Yeah, they're definitely boning. So how could he be a white supremacist if he's got a little chocolate treat he likes to take on the road with him?
Group is what?
True Americans, I believe.
Are you for Turning Point or against them? Or do you agree with what they say or not agree?
Who's Turning Point?
It's the people that are speaking here.
Oh, that's what they're called?
What is True Americans USA said that you don't agree with besides Charlie?
So overall, it is a white supremacist group that doesn't support immigration, who has very, particular rights on immigration and things of that nature. So overall, I don't support white supremacist groups because nationalism is not protecting one group, it's protecting all the groups who came here. So it's very difficult for me to say.
Wait, what?
This girl's really dumb.
She's not a smart person.
She's really dumb.
Well, there's nothing specifically that they say, but as they tout themselves and project themselves as this white supremacist group, I can't support that.
Do you think Candace Owens, Charlie's partner, is a white supremacist as well?
I don't like to suppose, but if she is, then that's her decision.
I'm against them, pretty much. Because I don't agree with their views at all.
Is Tiny infiltrating this? Is that?
He just doesn't shave anymore.
No.
He's like, whatever, man. I'll just go in undercover.
Some things that they've said that you don't agree with.
Just like their conservative views. I'm more of a liberal. I'm against illegal immigration.
So are they.
I believe guns should not be taken away from us. I love guns.
So you agree with Turning Point on that?
Yeah.
You're for legal immigration?
Am I for illegal immigration?
No, are you for legal immigration?
Oh, legal immigration, 100%.
Cool, so are they. You're for a good economy?
I'm 100% for a good economy, but how are they?
Yeah, come on,
Come on.
come on, me.
Come on, mama.
I don't know why.
Oh.
Up and all that, but if it were, good for him.
Elections are coming up. Are you inspired to go out and vote this November for Democrats?
Yes, of course. For Democrats, yes, of course.
Very cool. What brings you out here
Conservative.
today?
It's a conservative.
I'm just out here to see what the heck is going on.
Why are these people so mad?
You know what? My best guess is that they don't really like Charlie Kirk. But for the reason of why they don't like him, I don't know why. I don't know. I'm trying to understand. Why don't you like Charlie Kirk?
So the guy's holding a sign that says undocumented, unafraid.
So you want to push yourself into the shot.
Yeah.
But you also want to be a tough guy and not talk.
Of course.
That's not how it
That's how
works.
they are.
That's not how it works.
That's how they are.
Like if I stumbled into a leftist thing like that, and they were like, "Why do you?" I would have grabbed the mic and been like, "Yo, man, I just want to say something right now. Shout out to my nigga Kanye West. Yo, shout out." I would just start going off. But this guy's
no,
he probably no speaker.
Well, it says undocumented, unafraid.
That's why I'm saying.
Are you against Charlie Kirk or Turning Point or Trump? What's this about? We're trying to understand. Your sign says undocumented and unafraid, CSULB fuel. What does that mean?
Oh, I hate.
No speaky, dude. No fucking speaky, dude.
Just stand here and hold a sign. I don't have to explain anything.
To be the answer to a lot of people I talk to, they just don't really know. Nothing. Do you want to be in the background just be in the background so people see the message.
No one wants to have a conversation. They kind of can't even, and then they just walk away, and then we just hear these chants. But I haven't seen any KKK in my entire life.
I have never seen one KKK in my entire life.
I think I've seen some violence from conservatives and some violence from... Actually, I haven't seen any violence, really just a solidarity, but there's a lot of individual conservatives who seem to feel very strongly and want to hit somebody or,
Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
it's a conservative.
Conservatives are always hitting people.
They walk up to people and just hit them right on their schnoz.
They always
You
wear their red and black face masks and go around and attack people. I hate those conservatives.
gesture very violently.
Did she say gesture very violently? What does that mean? Hey, how you doing? Ah!
This wine in a can was a great idea because I'm always gesturing violently. I'm always like, yeah, get him. So this can is a great idea.
Very strongly and want to hit somebody or, gesture very violently.
He's wearing fighting gloves.
Liberals tend to constantly say they are tolerant and that they
Oh, she's based.
don't want violence, yet when any conservatives are on college campuses, they're the ones that are the victims of violence, and it's by these liberals. And so...
And then this guy on purpose gets him in the camera shot while they're trying to do the interview, just to be a dick, apparently.
Okay, so... Oh, still going. Still going. Oh! Is that the guy who attacked us? They're very scary out here. It's very concerning. Ugh.
What are some things that Charlie Kirk has said that you don't agree with?
I actually don't listen to him because I don't want to hear it.
Do you follow Turning
that's
Point?
good.
Charlie Kirk
I
and
always
Candace
like
Owens?
to protest people I've never heard.
Yeah,
any of the
you-
things I've said.
come on.
Content
It's so
pretty
weird,
much
'cause
on a
even
daily
if I
basis.
hate somebody and I barely know them, I still do some research so I can say why I hate them.
Oh, of course,
I
yeah.
might hate you before I've heard what you said. But then I'll go and I'll listen to some things.
Then I know the things that I
and
hate about you.
pinpoint some things I hate about you specifically.
Racist?
Yeah, I have them on Facebook, Instagram, any social media platform. There.
Have you ever heard them say anything racist or fascist or, bigoted?
No, anything that I would consider racist or fascist. No, they're pro First Amendment and they just want to be allowed to say what they want to say.
I don't know who Charlie Kirk is.
I don't like the Indian version of Rick Moranis.
He looks like the Indian guy from Short Circuit.
He really does.
I've heard things that TPUSA is a fascist, pro-fascism, anti-Muslim, anti-trans, etc., etc. I don't know anything about it. I think these people might have there's so many people here that
What are you doing there then?
Oh, trying to get laid.
There must be some sort of pattern with what they're saying that might reflect some views that maybe aren't in line, and what's in line with what's progressive and what's socially just.
Falling
Just say
apart.
you don't want to talk.
Falling apart.
Wouldn't you just go, no, I'm good. I'm not good at this sort of thing.
Socially right.
Yeah, I hear you, but at the same time, I don't think just because there
Now the woman behind him
are
walked up and starts whispering in his ear because I think she realized,
hey, buddy, you're killing us.
Oh, fuck. This guy looks terrible. And now they're telling him something. Now she's interrupting in the middle of the interview.
numbers that you necessarily have to give credibility. Just because their voice is the loudest doesn't mean it's
Camera
right.
person.
That's kind of what we prove here at Fuckus
Zooms
Talks.
in on
but
them.
The mob is the mob.
You don't have to. I'm on nobody's side.
He's already told me he is not on either side.
I'm just letting.
I know. I
Beat it, fatso.
I appreciate her looking out for you. You're in the middle and you're hearing both sides and you're not calling for shutting down free speech. So there's no reason to,
I don't think either should be shut down.
You hear them chanting "shut it down."
I hear
It's very funny.
them chanting "shut it down." I don't think it should be shut down.
So you're on our side.
No,
Don't tell them that. They're gonna. I know. But if you did say they were, you might get hit with a bike lock or something. Isn't that kind of scary?
Is it me or has he been more brazen lately? Like he usually
He's getting bolder because again, I said this yesterday. This fucking format is starting to get worn out.
Right.
Like this premise is more worn out than fucking Streetwalker pussy. It's just like, oh, we're gonna go to a protest and we're gonna own the libs. We're gonna go to a protest and we're gonna own these magatards. We got it.
All right, we have to go to break. RevengeOfTheCis.com/donate. That's how you help us. Patreon.com/We're Not Sorry. Become a patron. That's how you help us out the best way possible. That way we have an income that we could look forward to. We will be back
with more Warski Live. Is that the name of it?
Warski
The most
Live.
exciting 2 hours of television is back with an all-new Revenge of the Cis. As Royce and Mersch continue to track an international deep state pedophile ring, their journey to the nation's capital is put on hold as Orlando's best police cops receive a cryptic message from an old colleague.
It's a message from my old partner. He needs to see us in Los Angeles right now. Says it's related to our case.
Do you trust him?
As much as I trust you, partner.
What's to know then? A detour from their original investigation finds these no-nonsense detectives in the middle of Hollywood.
Thanks for meeting me. We can't talk low. They're probably following me.
Who's following you?
The Podesta brothers. They've got eyes everywhere, Lopez.
Now trapped between deep state globalists and the Hollywood elite, Lopez and Mersch are on the case. They're no longer avenging Orlando. They're saving America. And this week, they're taking on Pedowood.
I've been working this case. This Dan Schneider guy, producer at Nickelodeon, he's into kids. Or feet. Or kids' feet.
Yeah, the iCarly guy.
How do you know all this?
Thanks for meeting me.
No problem, Miss Bynes.
This is Amanda Bynes? Jesus, she looks terrible.
Dude, she can hear you.
Watch this week as the web grows bigger, the case becomes more complex, and more older model cars get wrecked and plenty of nameless extras get shot. This week on an all-new Revenge of the Cis, followed by Nazi Lawyer. USA, hotels don't have Netflix.
For this performance in Delaware.
To make your shopping day a little easier.
Mervyn's Dollar Day sale is going on right now. And that means great buys on clothes for kids. All this week, you can save on boys' clothes by Campus Le Tigre. Short-sleeve Le Tigre knits are the shirts all the boys will be wearing back to school.
Do you like pranks, guns, and jokes about retarded people? Well, so do we, but odds are your liberal snowflake friend doesn't. How would you like an easy, cost-effective way of screwing with that friend anonymously without losing your Twitter account? Guns for Tards is the perfect way to trigger SJW anonymously through the mail. For a low fee, your target will receive a beautifully designed professional mailer from our fictional Guns for Tards charity, containing a thank you letter for their donation. They'll be led to believe that money was donated in their name to a charity that advocates Second Amendment rights for the mentally handicapped people in their area. For a few extra bucks, they will receive pictures and a detailed profile of a retarded person who they helped harm. It's all fun and games, well, except for that idiot who gets this in their mailbox and freaks out. Messing with someone through the mail is effective. Most people do it trolling over the internet, but regular mail is way more invasive. Whether it's a boss, an ex, or a liberal professor you don't like, this is the perfect way to screw with someone anonymously for the cost of a cup of coffee. Well, a cup of coffee in Manhattan, in a fancy coffee shop. Check out www.gunsfortards.com and select a package today. Use promo code MERSH for 10% off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. A new night, a new time. The Sully Show returns to More Like Radio, Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern before Dutch and Royce. Tuesday nights will never be the same.
I am the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. I am the thatched roof cottage in Wales. I am the best of Great Britain. I am British Caledonian Airways.
To honor ancient Irish traditions, like serving an irresponsible amount of booze to people who are genetically predisposed to having alcohol problems.
Right.
You see, St. Patrick started that tradition, and that's why we celebrate him today.
Yeah, no, that's not what he did. No, he played the flute for some kids, and then he lured them into a cave somewhere, and he diddled them.
Now, you got him mixed up with the Pied Piper.
Right.
St. Patrick didn't play the flute. He drove the kids out of Ireland, and then he molested them.
No, if St. Patrick molested kids, he would be regarded as a scoundrel.
No. I feel like in the olden days of the Catholic Church, pedophiles were regarded as heroes.
All right, look, guys, St. Patrick didn't do any of that shit, okay? He drove the snakes out of Ireland.
I don't know about all this. I kind of want to just do the traditional thing of, like, sticking around the bar and trying to catch the leprechaun.
The leprechaun thing again.
Stop, guys, I'm going to catch him. I'm, like, this close.
You're not going to catch him because he doesn't exist. Please,
Dude, you know what? I don't even know if I've set up my flute traps for him yet.
Charlie, enough with the leprechaun.
Okay, wait.
I mean, can you believe him?
Oh,
Who
so
cares?
stupid.
Look, I'm trying to. You know
Typical
what?
year.
Actually, I might want to get myself a flute.
I was thinking the
We've
same
been
thing.
talking. You were?
I was thinking the same thing.
Because I feel like it's
I know we're kind of old.
Go get a flute. Go get a flute. Yeah, go get a flute. Everybody, go get a flute.
Second hour Revenge of the Sis on a Friday, coming in hot. Don't forget this Sunday that we're falling backwards. Guys, 1 hour falling back.
I've been watching way too much Monsters in the Morning.
Dude, it's so bad. I want to do a live read for Twin Peaks. That's all. I mean, I know you probably haven't listened to FM for a while, but forget just Monsters, but any FM show, that's all it is now. If it's a talk show, it's out of the 60 minutes, at least 20 minutes of it is, not forget commercials, is live reads. Yeah, we had a Twin Peaks the other day. My favorite's the Avocado Club. What about you, sports guy? It's really bad. Really bad.
It's
sad because
it was my dream my entire life to get into radio, more so than even comedy and stuff. And when I got my first FM job, I was like, yo, I got 2 weeks into that job, and I was like, this is hell. This is fucking hell on earth. And then that's when I started my notorious habit of self-sabotaging and getting myself fired for my own amusement. You know, the first time I got fired was because I had this assistant program director. Oh, God, what was it? The Big Dog. That was his name, I swear to God.
The Big Dog. We do Big
Swear
Dog.
to God, it was the Big Dog. Like Roman, Big Dog in the middays. And Big Dog was on this Southern rock station. And
let the bird fly.
My first midday weekday shift was on a 4th of July weekend because he didn't want to work, obviously. So I got to fill in for Big Dog. Big Dog was always very mean to me, and I was kind of a dick. So Big Dog's cousin called the studio.
Medium dog?
It was a female.
Oh.
So it was a female dog.
Bitch dog.
Bitch dog. And this other guy, Steve, who used to do the other weekend shifts. He was there filling in or running the boards for the morning show. So he was still hanging out. Big Dog's cousin calls in. Just a woman calls in and she's sobbing. And I'm like, can I help you? You got WSFL. This is not a, I don't know what you're trying to call it. She's like, is Alan there? His real name is Alan. And I'm like, you talking about Big Dog. She's like, I need to talk to him. And I'm like, he's not here right now because it's a holiday weekend. And she's like, well, this is his cousin. She starts going into this whole thing about how her husband's leaving her for this young stripper. And he's like, it was all this stuff. He's a Marine. So I ran away. I hit the fucking, the recorder for the phone. I'm like,
of course.
And Steve, the other guy's like, I don't want nothing to do with this, man. And I was like, then get out, because I'm doing it. And I recorded the whole thing. And she's like, he's leaving me for this young girl. And I'm like, look, I mean, be on the bright side. If he were Catholic, he'd have to kill you.
That's
and
true.
Like, I was just being a total dick to her. And I aired it.
You aired it?
Of course I did.
Did you get in trouble?
I got fired. Immediately fired. I got fired by phone for that.
Was it worth it?
Oh, it's absolutely worth it. It was one of those you're on your way out the door anyway kind of things. And I was like, yeah, and I did it FCC. I bleeped out all the bad words.
Of course,
I had it
of
all,
course.
but I followed the rules. But man, I got fired over the phone, and they told me don't even come back because apparently Big Dog was like throwing like he wanted to get his fucking mitts on me bad. It was funny.
Man.
And then he came after me at a bar like a few months later at some live remote, and it was our live remote, not his. So he got thrown out. I miss radio.
That's what FM radio used to be. Now it's like we're gonna be doing a live remote from the beer factory.
Dude, we had so much fun in radio. We covered the entire Rock 105 van in 99X stickers once, which that's like a couple $1,000 paint job. Like they were stickers. Covered the whole van in them. Like we got away with shit like that back then.
Yeah, it's
You know how much it costs to wrap a van?
I'm gonna show you something. Because I need your help. Okay.
Dude, you sent this to. By the way, last night, for those of you night wavers that wondered what happened, I'm sick and my toothache. I really felt like shit last night. Royce sent me this live.
And I was like, Jesus Christ.
And I was just laying there last night. It's just pain. And I saw it, and I was like, I really wanted to activate. I was like, get up, just do it. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it last night.
Well, next Thursday, they're live from 9:15 till question mark. Now, let me...
they're going to get it.
This is regular radio.
They are going to get it.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is a regular radio show guy. The guy on the left is Carlos, I think, Ramos, right? He's the second mic on Monsters in the Morning.
He looks like Sal from the Howard Stern Show.
He's the second mic on Monsters in the Morning. He's also been an extra on The Walking Dead. Swear to God.
And now this is his wife, Megan?
This is his wife, Megan.
Who is... Look, No. Hear me out on this. I love playing this game. If you're like a one market radio hack, she's not a bad land. Like he landed a decent one.
Correct.
But my God, as soon as this boring bitch opens her mouth, it is unbearable.
So just a quick little background. During the day wave, when we had people raid their show, this guy specifically, because they leave the YouTube on and you could hear him during breaks, looked at the camera and goes, I know who it is out there. You know what? You guys the problem is they think it's like back in the day with Howard Stern when you come into the same market. And then he said, and I swear to God, it's just because we're doing innovative radio over here. And he did the finger guns, right? But he was being serious, right? So right after that, they went into a Twin Peaks live read. Right back from the break. They do Prep Burger stuff. Mike, of course, knows what Prep Burger is.
War of the Roses. Please tell me they do War of the Roses.
I don't. Here's the thing. I missed most of their show, but our buddy Eric, the one who's going to help you build your computer.
Do they do the prank calls with their salespeople down the hallway? Wait, who the heck is this?
What in tarnation?
I'm not going to put up with this malarkey, sir. You got any dildos in there, huh? You got any dildos in your store, sir?
They also have a young.
Also, for those of you, I'm going to ruin this for you. For those of you that don't know by now, the FCC has had a law on the books for over 10 years now, where it is illegal to prank call people while you are live on a radio show. So every single prank call you hear on the radio that's not a classic one is fake or staged. Unless Captain Janks is doing it, it's probably a fake fucking funny phone. Like the Jerky Boys were amazing because that was back when there was no laws or rules and they just recorded these fucking amazing. Nowadays, you have to get a sales guy from down the hall so that it's all covered. And they go, "What? You better not call my store again or I'll give your butt a whooping." And they always use the right language because everybody's too lazy to fucking bleep out.
May I recommend? If you really do like prank calls that are legitimately real, Vincent DeMaio on Google Play and iTunes. That's Joe Coletta's. Those are fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, those are great.
You guys would love them.
I actually played one for them the other night.
Oh, you did? Which one?
When YouTube was down and I was broadcasting on Twitch.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything to play.
pull up from YouTube. Yeah.
So I went into the files and I pulled up the JJ Burden call and I played that.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Hello. I'm supposed. Hello.
Okay.
It's one of the best ones. I was sucking dick for pills.
Dude, that's not me.
That's
not me.
Oh shit.
They even
and he kept saying things like, "I'm gonna do a whole expose on steroids and the blacks and how the blacks use steroids." I don't know why they didn't see through it.
So this is
the blacks.
This is Monsters in the Morning. This is their feed.
Is this the guy? Do you have the clip of him yelling about that you just described?
No, I would have to pull.
Oh,
dude,
God,
the problem is, and Frozen Nation pointed this out, that episode was deleted.
Pussies.
Yeah, no, really was. It was deleted. He sent me the screenshot. It was deleted the next, like, immediately after, because all their shows are up. He deleted it.
That's hilarious.
But I think I have my episode with the clip. I'll find it.
Come on, Your Highness. It was going to be about the love.
This is the third mic guy who does the wacky voices, the young, fresh blood they brought in.
Because I'm going to play the lottery. But now proclamation number one.
Oh, by the way, this is his bit called The King of Denmark, where he pretends to be the king
Bjorn?
The King of Denmark.
Yeah, Bjorn. Bjorn is the king of Denmark, sir.
None of you get any money.
Oh, no. That ain't right.
Oh, Your Highness,
So if you win, you're not giving us anything.
I'm not giving anything.
We've been so nice
Is that what
to
the
you.
king of Denmark would sound like?
Keep most of it. And then
Check it out. Mike used to work in radio, so you know this. They had a problem with people taking windscreens. All the windscreens are zip tied on. All their microphones, and this is check it out to show you that I'm not making it up. All the windscreens are zip tied on to their microphones. And here's the other thing. Something else.
How cheap is this station? Because here's the thing, right? You know why people do that? Is because the windsocks are old and smelly. And you can never get them to replace the windsocks.
So you
unless
take them
just
off and you
out.
throw them out.
Yeah,
And
you throw
they'll
them
put
out.
a new one
You go,
on.
I don't know what. Somebody keeps taking them. They put new ones in.
So you see that sign behind him? This is real. Okay, this is something they don't do anymore. And they deleted an episode when I called them out. They left their YouTube running. And you see this guy, Russ, the main dude who's been there for 20 years, taking down the signs that were... They cover a bigger show who's on the station's real name, who's permanently there. So these posters behind them, they take them off the walls.
Who has the bigger show than the monster?
I don't know. There's someone.
There's an even bigger monster?
There, yeah. Super monsters.
never bought a penny.
This guy, by the way, pays $8,000 alimony to his ex-wife, who her real name is Samantha Boomer. For real.
He pays $8 grand.
Want to know why? Because she accused him of physically hitting her and choking her, and he kind of just paid it off.
So he did it, probably.
That's exactly what my theory is. So that
how much money is he making on this fucking shitty? Are they syndicated?
Here's the thing about Monsters in the Morning. They've been around. I've talked to Eric because he knows more about them. They've been around for 20 years, but the only dude who's been consistent was the old guy you saw, Russ. This is the guy who does a show with his wife, which we're going to get to. They were syndicated.
Who's this gross thought?
Okay, this gross thought. I found out from Eric. This ugly woman sitting next to this guy. She's there. I forget her name. But after he broke up, the main guy you saw, after he broke up, Russ is the main guy's name. After he broke up with his wife, he dated her for a while. But now they're just friends, even though she's on the show all the time. Means still fucking banging her. She's fucking disgusting, has these tattoos that did not age well. And then this guy's the guy who called it innovative radio. We're doing innovative things here.
How often do you go to the state of Florida? I mean, I know you're from Georgia, but do you...
What a puker voice, too. Okay.
Yeah, of course, we're going to talk like this the whole time. Well, how often do you get to Florida out there from Georgia?
What?
Coming back, we're going to have the
What?
War of the Roses, of course. More coming at you, Monsters of the Morning.
Oh, my God. Stop it. So then he decided that him and his wife were going to come into our territory because, you know, they're doing innovative radio there. And Mike, the thing is with FM, they're being held back, you know, because you can't curse.
Yeah, it's too restrictive.
You can't curse. So they
You
decided.
could probably get away with more on FM radio now than you could on YouTube.
On AM, you could kill somebody. You can air a snuff film. All right. This is
These people need to get Streamlabs and have media. They need to, please, for my own well-being, for my own joy.
Dr. Brony, Innovative Radio. Pew pew.
These people need a fucking niggers bop sent to them badly.
Dude, I'm
Boom,
telling
boom,
you.
boom, boom, boom.
By the way,
First thing
something else when they're live, just letting you know for Nightwave. I love when we get to coordinate. They have the only mod in there is him. There's no other mods right now. It's open season.
All right, I'm going to have to get one of you Nightwavers is going to have to start doing some real deep recon and slowly build their trust and get a wrench. One of you guys has to stay totally clean hands on this.
Okay.
Total white hat. Just go in there and be their best buddy. And over time, don't ask for the wrench right away either. You got to wait for it. You got to let them kind of feel you
Right.
out. And then get that wrench, and then we will destroy them utterly.
Okay, so let's watch. Let's watch some of their show. It's Halloween, Mike, as you could tell. In this Megalos show. Excuse me. Megalos is the show.
A little Bo Peep, and he's buzz. I wanna get to you.
The music is playing off a speaker.
Of course.
Off a speaker in the room.
It's a radio guy.
This is a radio guy. But by the way, probably been on radio for a good 5-6 years, if I remember correctly. So he knows, and he's a comic. He started as a comic, and he's also an actor. Like I said, extra on The Walking Dead. Now, something else that I've noticed when I watched him, I think he's on something when he makes these, because one video we saw him being normal, and towards the middle of it, he was really jittery, shaky, and sweating for no reason. Like, it didn't look like it was warm in there. It was very weird. So keep an eye on that.
Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday.
First time watching live. Hello, Nayar. You need to get you in there.
She is the dumbest, most annoying woman. Here, we'll skip ahead just to be fair.
So basic Florida.
Yes,
bitch.
exactly.
Lightyear costume. Well,
Let's skip from the music.
You don't have to go all out.
you don't have to go all
Yeah.
out. But yeah, I agree. Like, be a little festive.
Especially if you have a kids.
A kid, yeah. A kid. He meant to say kid.
Oh.
They have a child.
Good
If
evening,
you do
Izzy
have
R.
kids or don't have kids.
He's definitely on
Especially-
something.
See, there's a lot of this, and when he sits still, there's a lot of this.
Yeah, he's like all over the place.
He's really, really hyped up.
I
here.
would say Coke.
That's
If
what
I had to guess.
that
I'd
was
say
mine.
Coke.
And by the way, thank you to Google Moderator who listens or who's already been in their chat. And last time he was on there, he goes, "How much Coke do you do before the show?" And he read it. On air.
That's funny.
You know.
You look good, babe. I think you look very hot.
You didn't help it up.
Radio guy.
When I put the costume on, he goes, "Leave that on for later." Oh my god. It's just.
Why? Why would you want to fuck a girl wearing that?
First off, secondly, this guy's second mic on a fucking radio. You don't think this guy guaranteed is a lot of these single Florida moms, Orlando moms, sending him tit pics? Of course they are.
Oh yeah, this guy's an inbox of terrible nudes.
Of course, yes. A lot of them, a lot of girls that think that being sexy is being topless on a Harley. That's what you get here. A lot of Daytona women.
You
know what I'm talking about too. With an eagle tattoo somewhere on their body, but not where you expect it.
Their tramp stamp is a boomer meme.
Yes. It's a picture of what's his fucking name from the Big Lebowski? God damn it, that they always meme. Mustache. The cowboy in the Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah, Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. She has a Sam Elliott meme right on her lower back.
Thank you, Julie.
Magic lost.
By the way, you notice how he's just wearing the T-shirt and he's holding the thing up? Like, I'm just not even going to bother with
By the way, listen to how close it lived to the airport.
We're being attacked right now.
It is cheeky.
And every time we listen to their show, 2 or 3 flights, they are like right next to the airport.
I will guarantee, I will bet you cash money that you can see Rachel's from their house.
Oh, exactly. I know exactly where they are. You're right.
They live between Rachel's and the Diamond Club. Very nice location.
I need to find my white shorts. I can't find my white shorts.
This is
Right there.
Hold on. Look, you know what?
This is worthy of being a topic on a show.
Hold on. You know what? You know what the problem is? Let them get into their groove. This is 22 minutes in.
So you were doing your show this weekend, right? Your wife couldn't find her shorts. Is that what happened? Couldn't find her shorts. So we're gonna $10,000 contest here about 6 in the morning. Find Los's wife's shorts. We're gonna hide a pair of shorts here somewhere in Orlando.
I am the king of Denmark, and I have found a shorts.
You want me to ruin another radio contest thing that they always do?
Which one now?
When they plant scavenger hunt stuff or like a pair of tickets somewhere. Just look at who advertises the most on that station. It's in one of those places. Am I wrong?
You're 100% right.
It's the local car dealership or the local Hooters that spends the most money. The tickets are on that property somewhere. Start looking. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time in any locations that don't spend money with the station.
Pie Chris says when Mersh does that voice, he sounds like Tom Likas. Fucking Tom Likas.
Just remember, folks, all women are pigs, and I have to pay for pussy, and I just import Argentinian, Brazilian girls, and they divorce me.
Tom Likas.
You know, with the low peep.
So we skipped the 22 minutes.
I was talking to a friend of mine today, and he's going through it. You know, relationship-wise. You know, there's a guy I listen to every morning, Les Brown. He's one of the greatest inspirational speakers.
Oh my God.
Now, do you want to hear what Les Brown sounds like, Mike?
Oh boy,
he's a great inspirational speaker. I'm gonna pull it up, and I want to see. While I pull it up, I want you to try to guess. What do you think Les Brown sounds like?
Paul Arnelson.
Get ready. It's not what you think. He listens to this. And
People go to jobs that they hate. 87% of Americans, and guess what? And they pray they don't
old
get
fat
fired.
black man.
That's no way to live. That's why you're here.
He's an evangelical. Basically, sounds like an evangelical, inspirational speaker.
So he's like Tony Robbins, but he sounds like a black pastor.
Correct. Like if Medea was doing a Tony Robbins thing.
And you know what he said that
Thank
doesn't
you, James.
It doesn't apply to me, but it applied to my buddy that I talked to today. And he said, because he's basically done with his relationship. And it sucks because there's.
Are you talking about you, Carlos? Is that buddy you? Are you done with this bitch?
This guy friend is, and his wife is just dumb, fucking little Bo Peep costume wearing bitch.
Make me dress like Buzz Light. And she's looking at her phone. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. All right.
Doesn't listen to a word I say. She was looking at her dumb phone. Right?
We don't even love candy corn. We just eat it.
Dude, what's your favorite? Hey, Mike, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
I'm going to quit.
Hey, Mike, you know what I like to do? Whatever happened to York peppermint patties?
Let me see if Columbia, South Carolina has any stations hiring. I can't do this anymore. Maybe they'll give me a morning show.
Speaking of which, live remote this weekend at Hooters, okay? Make sure to try their chicken sandwich.
I'll be there from 2 to 4, giving out those stickers and a couple of prize packs.
Nobody ever wanted to be there. You think the sports guy wanted to spend his Friday night?
We used to have the retarded. Well, you did because of the talent fees, but other than that,
right? That's
you
true.
got paid like $250 per remote, so you're like, yeah, I'll go do it for 2 hours. We used to have this. I told that story on the air. Robbie, the retarded guy we kidnapped, he used to come to all our live remotes.
Yes, it's great.
We stole his bike. We didn't mean to steal his bike. We just had it in the van. We just left him at a titty bar at 2 in the morning. He was mildly retarded.
I like the turkey.
Fake tree or real tree? Here's the deal. I love a real tree, and we always say we're going to get.
She's stupid, right? Like she's a stupid woman. You can just tell by the way she talks.
Oh yeah, she's Florida.
She's
a Florida
dumb,
bitch.
A basic Florida woman.
A real tree along with our artificial trees because you have to wait. So
You think he married her because she was so smart and witty? Or because she probably worked at the same Twin Peaks that he advertised at, so he drinks for free? So he's a local hero there, you know.
Well, that's the only reason people get into radio. You make $32,000 a year for the rest of your life, but you get like free booze and tickets to stuff.
So,
by the way, I got some breaking news.
What's that?
It's not that breaking, but it's
Ba-da-da-da-bow.
Oh no, it's from about a half hour before we went live.
Oh, that's breaking.
From Hari Kandubalu.
Who's that now?
The Indian guy who complained about Apu.
Okay, yes.
There are so many ways to make Apu work without getting rid of him. If true, this sucks.
So now he feels bad. So now there's going to be no Indian characters.
Now he's mad because they're not being represented.
So I reckon I'm not going to play the video because I recommend you watch the video.
Simpsons pull a fucking card out of the Trump book.
Yeah.
Apu is a racist caricature. All right, we'll get rid of Apu.
No, Apu.
Now we have no Indian characters. Look, what do you want? I gave you what you wanted.
There's this guy called the Internet Historian that, kind of brought together. Remember the whole Coney 2012 thing?
Yeah.
The dude that ended up going crazy and jerking
the guy,
off.
and then no, that was Louis C.K.
Well, no, this other guy also took all his clothes off in San Diego.
Oh,
and lost his mind.
I thought you were talking about Coney. I was like, I don't remember him doing that.
No, Coney didn't do that.
I just remember
the creator of the documentary.
I just remember a bunch of people got angry online, and then we went and we caught the guy, and justice prevailed.
So, something that he brought to my attention, and I didn't know, this is from 2012. For those who don't know, the guy who did the Coney 2012 thing turned out to be a fraud. Like, it wasn't really as bad as they said it was. And he was milking it. Like, he's a guy that was trying to make a viral video for a long time. And it caught on, and there's a lot of people going, you know what, this Coney thing isn't what you're saying. What you're doing is actually harming people there because there's real dictators there. Anyway, to promote the Coney 2012 thing, this is from 2012. He made this video. Now, remember, Coney was this supposed African warlord that was killing parents and making the kids eat their dead parents. Like this. For real, it got so ridiculous. It was really bad. Okay.
Always do.
This is a video he made for the Coney 2012 Invisible Children, the musical. Invisible Children was the charity that he came up with, that he was skimming off of.
Dance.
Warlord eating children. It's very important before I press play that you know what this video was about. This is not a farce. The guy singing is the main dude from who directed the Coney 2012 film. This is not a joke. The guy in the middle is the guy. Dancing around right now. This is for real. A warlord that was eating children. So far, they've said nothing about but don't worry, there's words. But they said nothing about the African children that are being murdered.
No, they're not being murdered. Their parents are being murdered.
And then being fed to them.
And then they have to eat the parents.
You're right. I'm sorry. What I said was ridiculous. Uh-oh. Every single time.
Oh, yeah. Get a load of that, huh? Wait, vey.
Now they're flying. This is about, again, a warlord in Africa. He turned some of the kids into adults. You see?
Was the money he skimmed from the charity used on drugs? It's the only thing I could.
Remember that the meltdown of hit was fucking. It was hilarious.
Now 3 minutes and 14 seconds of a 7-minute video.
Just hold on.
I still don't know anything about the warlord.
You
eating
will.
The parents guy.
You will. You know how Michael Jackson used to make those little interludes where he would dance before?
Yes, he was Michael Jackson.
Oh.
We're on a mission, put Uganda deep inside your mind.
This is the guy. This is the director of Coney 2012.
attention and a dance to make it sparkle and shine.
A warlord who was killing people and making other people eat them.
It's almost as if these leftists enjoy making propaganda and getting attention. It's weird.
No, I don't think so. He's wearing a shirt with an African kid on it that says, "In bad times."
We gotta shake it up and break it up. We'll let the war without a gun. We're not qualified. We need to congregate and demonstrate so one day we can celebrate. We are here to change the world. Gonna change the world.
You think they could do it? Did they do it?
Yeah, we caught the guy, and then I remember that. Everything was resolved. Because they stopped talking about it, so I assumed.
Coney's still alive, but his group splintered from what I saw. So he wasn't even close to like the top, I think, not even top 30th biggest threat in that area.
Yeah, he was one of the worst warlords. He wouldn't even have qualified for the warlord finals.
Ray Carrick goes, liberal arts degree. Because dance breaks are important. Now,
They are, because now we know about the Coney Island guy.
No, it's not the Coney Island.
Did he do
Are you thinking of the hot dog contest?
Yeah, he made hot dogs.
No, you're thinking of Nathan's. You're confusing Coney with Nathan's.
He's the Asian guy that used to eat all the foods.
No. Anyway, he lost. They're the Wally Chestnuts guy, whatever the fuck his name is.
Wally Chestnuts.
Joey Chestnuts? What's the name of the guy that wins? I don't know. I don't remember. Old Billy Chestnuts.
So don't forget it, cause it happens on a Saturday night. The 29th of April. We are here to change the world. Gonna change the world.
I think this might have been when Glee was big. Remember when Glee was like for like 2 years, everyone was all about Glee?
I love that you're just like, remember Glee?
Remember Glee?
Glee?
Yeah, remember Glee?
Ugh.
Joey Gibson Chestnuts. Legal Latino heat. Fucking hilarious.
We are here to change the world. Gonna change the world.
Who thought this was cool?
Mike, he ended up changing the world, so I guess he thought it was cool.
Did he change the world?
No, I mean, he ended up, again, running naked and masturbating.
Oh, that's just like changing the world.
Here, as a matter of fact, just as a reminder.
Yeah, what did he do?
So after he directed the Coney 2012 thing, and he was, big success and it blew up. This is what he did. This is him. This is the guy. This is the guy in the middle. This is the guy that directed it.
Fuck?
Yeah,
What?
that's him.
That's not your average crazy person going on a naked, obscenity-filled rant in the middle of the day. It's Jason Russell, the filmmaker behind the Coney 2012 video that exploded on the internet.
Jason Russell was had a breakdown.
To put it mildly, yes. Jason hit the streets of San Diego naked, cursing, smacking the pavement, and screaming about the devil. Eventually, he was detained on a psychiatric hold.
I guess it is a lot of pressure when you got the #1 video on the internet.
Rebecca Black didn't do that.
That's not your average.
Like I said, he was walking around, and that's why South Park did this. I don't know if you remember. Right after this came out, the Coney 2012 thing.
Gonna jack it where the sun always shines. He's gonna jack it.
It's about this guy.
He's gonna jack it.
I didn't know that was about that.
That was about this guy.
I'm gonna go out jacking it in San Diego. Jacking it, jacking it, jacking it, jacking it.
So yes, he lost his mind and all of his credibility. He says he wasn't on drugs, but he was totally had to been on drugs. That's an on drug thing to do. All right, so I showed you that. Mike, 1 through 3.
Wow, he in classic Kumia format, he went straight to obscurity after that.
Yeah, he disappeared. Nobody listens to him anymore.
2 2.
Feminist Frequency has
Who's
a video
this
for us. Just relax. Just watch it.
Welcome to another.
Thank you, Google. I know you got to make your money.
Another episode.
Excuse me, but what about women in the third world? You only think that because you're ugly.
But there are black Republicans.
I can't be racist. I have a good friend, Jose.
Don't make me say it.
Welcome to another episode.
Excuse me, but what about women in the third world?
You
only think that because you're ugly.
But there are black Republicans.
I can't be racist. I have a good friend, Jose.
Reverse racism.
Excuse me, but sorry to interrupt, but can I take over the conversation and make you give me a complete history of it, even though I can and should do a basic level of research before inserting myself into the discussion and making you do unpaid intellectual labor that I will dismiss at the end by simply saying, well, that's how you see it.
Here we go again.
She's pretty wacky, dude. All right? She's pretty fucking wacky. So get ready for the Feminist
Freak
Frequency.
Show, we've walked you through some key terms that you may have come across more and more as you scan social media or watch the news, but their meanings may be a bit unfamiliar to you. We've talked misogyny and patriarchy, white supremacy, intersectionality, and privilege.
Wow, it sounds like so much fun to hang out with her, huh?
By the way, the picture, you've seen that meme that goes around about them sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Realistic depictions of women.
And what they really look like? Yep.
Somebody actually paid to have Fiverr cartoons made of them. Yep. Oh, it was mean.
These are incredibly important tools for understanding how our world works and how we understand ourselves and others.
But here's the thing.
Ah! Is that a guy or a girl? What is that? Is that a guy or a girl? Help me out here.
It's.
No, seriously. I've only seen the picture.
No, me too. I didn't know. It's like Macaulay Culkin and Kirsten Dunst got into the same teleporter.
Yeah, and you're right. In like the fly teleporter. Yep.
A lot of people invested in keeping you in the dark.
That's a dude.
That's a dude. That's a guy.
That's a dude.
That's a guy.
That's a dude.
That is totally a guy.
That's a dude.
About how these systems of power operate. They don't want you to be aware of how misogyny limits women or...
This is the report of the week.
How white supremacy undergirds our entire society, from the schools we can attend to the ways we style our hair. Or why it's vital to bring an intersectional...
What a fucking weirdo. That's some people...
Right?
Sometimes people are just like, hi, good afternoon. You're like, wow, you're a fucking mess.
You're not somebody I want to have a
Holy
long
shit.
conversation with.
Awareness to our social justice work.
There are large and small,
Eh?
overt and covert, explicit and implicit ways of diverting your attention from these important conversations and steering them away from those difficult lines that force us to acknowledge our own complicity.
Man, Erykah Badu has let herself go.
Just word salads.
And upholding various systems of inequality. And make no mistake, many of these diversionary tactics are incredibly effective. Maybe not effective at countering your arguments, but very effective at making you rage close all 27 BuzzFeed tabs on your laptop and stress eat a bunch of burritos.
They're funny. They're really funny. They sound when
does that begin?
She sounds
okay. When does the funny start?
She sounds natural when she's talking and reading. She sounds very, like she's just sitting there rapping with you.
Oh, she's reading that? I thought it was just off the dome.
Yeah. Well, you would see that because she has that big dome.
Because in the end, that's really all they have to do, derail the conversation. The people who use them aren't actually interested in offering thoughtful or factual counter-arguments.
Counter-argument. Shut up.
And they sure as hell don't want to argue in good faith.
Nobody on the other side wants to argue in good faith.
Nobody wants to
We're
argue.
not the ones hitting people with bike locks, lady.
Jesus Christ.
They see you cruising down the knowledge superhighway, and all they...
Did she say knowledge superhighway?
Superhighway.
Well, if it's a woman driving, she's going to be in the left lane going 50.
need to do is yank the steering wheel just a little bit.
I've been doing this work for a decade, and trust me, I've encountered every single derailing tactic there is. In fact, right
No wedding ring, huh, honey?
now, there's a crowd of devil's advocates who are leering over their keyboards in the race to be the first person to let me know that we've once again gotten things so wrong.
That's us. Hi. I'd like to introduce ourselves. You've gotten everything wrong.
I don't like fat Anna Kasparian.
It's just, ugh.
And I guarantee you 95% of them will use one of these tried and true derailing tactics to shut
let's see if we've done all these tried and true derailing tactics. Here we go.
me down. But the thing is, when you know what's coming, you can take appropriate action. And by appropriate action, we mean
deplatforming them and not letting them have a voice. And then having my Antifa boyfriend hit you in the face with a stick and then runs away with his mask.
And not having sex with him afterwards.
Right.
ignore them. Trying to argue with a derailer online is like punching a sand dune.
Again, first off, you can't use that term, okay? They're called Arabic. She said dune?
Yeah, not a dune.
Oh, God. Okay, she didn't finish it.
I'd like to pretend that your fucking face is a sand dune.
They don't want to have a debate in good faith. So immediately, anytime somebody says something to counter you that you don't like, you just ignore them.
You can do it if you want to, but your arms will get tired and there's absolutely no point.
God, I wish that was real sand.
To illustrate some of the worst derailing tactics, I'd like to introduce you to this stuffed seal I bought, specifically so that I would have something to take my aggression out on when the Chads of the world infest my mentions.
Oh, you're so fucking...
The Chads of the world infest her mentions.
You're so...
Every so often...
She's so what, awesome?
You're so boring.
Chads are overcome with the need to tell black people Abraham Lincoln was a Republican.
He was.
And also, their girlfriends actually like looking at sexualized video game characters, so they can't be sexist.
Some do, though. So what?
Mm-hmm. And isn't affirmative action just reverse racism?
No, it's just racism. It's not reverse. It's just racism.
No, and I actually don't think that affirmative action is any form of racism. I think it's a stupid policy. It doesn't work, and it harms people.
Right.
But racism... I'm not dealing with this.
Wait. You're going too fast. Let's back...
Finally, the hero's here.
Up a bit. It's actually cool that you have that stuffed seal because it allows me to introduce one of the most egregious derailing tactics.
You have a girl penis?
This one cloaks itself in a disingenuous desire to be educated. Thanks to our...
Disingenuous desire to be educated.
Yeah, I don't really want to be educated. I just want people to think I want to be educated.
artist David Malky and his hilarious webcomic Wondermark, we've got a name for this.
Wow, that comic looks really hilarious, doesn't it?
I bet that comic.
It's really funny.
Far from hilarious.
It's just like Stone Toss.
Trollish behavior. Sea lioning. Say you're having a back and forth with one of your followers on Twitter about anti-trans reporting in the Atlantic.
I would never be having a back and forth with anybody on Twitter about trans reporting in the Atlantic.
I would go, cool.
Can you believe they ran that story?
I can't believe they keep letting that guy write.
Wait, can you explain to me exactly what it means to be anti-trans?
So you're...
Yeah, sorry that we want information. Excuse me. Sorry that we want information.
Sorry that you're shouting and creating a position, and then we ask you to explain that position,
and then you can't
avoid any sort of conflicts, and then you have a meltdown.
Feminist Frequency, by the way,
is gross.
222,000 subscribers.
Yeah, but they're not real people.
They're not real people.
They're not. They're mostly women.
So that doesn't count?
Yeah, women aren't people. Women are gross.
To have a conversation.
Hold on.
Women are gross, right, boys?
Except for the one in the middle here. There's something about her that I like. Oh, man.
Station with your followers
what,
about
you've always
how...
wanted to fuck Philip Seymour Hoffman? You always want to fuck Scotty and Boogie Nights? I'm a fucking idiot.
Let's see. Come on. Let T.J. Miller's new character build.
Our recent article is full of bias.
To explain trans identity at a 101 level for me and why this piece is full of bias. I'm just trying to learn.
Sorry for asking questions, folks.
Okay. Let's start with,
I also would like to see some evidence of this anti-trans bias.
Dude, evidence? How dare you? How dare you?
These people
ask for evidence.
These people are insane, and then they act like you're crazy.
Pinochet says, Nick Swartzen's really let himself go.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it is.
Nick Swartzen.
There it is.
Claim.
I'm trying to...
I won't accept your sources! What? Or your own lived experience, but I demand that you...
Because your sources are usually pink news. Like, you know what I mean? It's pink news.
Cater to me right now. I have done none of the basic research on this issue. I am suddenly so consumed with discussing this with you right now.
Oh!
Which means don't ever go against us. Don't give a counter argument. We're always right. If not, you're mansplaining.
Oh my God, shut up!
Hey, there's no need to get annoyed. I'm just trying to have a reasonable exchange of ideas.
You see? Sea lions just want to understand. Come on, if this idea were really important.
Yeah, I want to understand. Why do you look at the lead singer from every fucking 80s hair band?
Important to you, you would drop everything in your life
really?
Think, yeah.
And explain it to their satisfaction using the tone, language, and resources they deem legitimate, right? Sea lions demand your intellectual and emotional labor, but most importantly, they just want your attention.
Shut up. Nobody
you.
wants your attention.
Like you. You want attention.
No, Mike, give me one reason this person wants attention. This lovely young lady wants attention.
Dude.
What?
Bro.
Are you talking to me?
No.
Oh, you're saying...
It's a dude, bro.
It's a dude, bro. Dude, it's a bro. Or dude, it's bro.
Bro, it's a dude.
They will never, ever be satisfied, and they are uninterested in doing the bare minimum of work themselves.
That's right, because we want everything done for us, but at the same time, we want you to do the rest of the work too. Jesus Christ. Sorry that some people don't like trannies reading books to their kids. Sorry that that's weird to some people.
Beware the sea lion.
Definitely. Because...
Shut up!
When a sea lion doesn't get his way, when any derailer figures out that they can't suck all the air out of the room, they will inevitably resort to another fail-safe tactic.
I would tell this woman... I would tell her to shut up right to her face and go, shut up. No, I would do the fucking David Arquette. Shut up.
Tone policing. Tone cops like to huff that if only progressives would be more polite, then we could persuade more people to our side.
No, you guys listen. I don't want you to be polite. I don't fucking care if you're polite or not polite. As long as I get to be mean, I don't give a fuck.
Guess what? If you can't be convinced that U.S. immigration policy separating children from parents is inhumane, that anti-trans legislation leads to violent state-sanctioned death...
Fucking fingers crossed.
Tone police.
Or that calling immigrants vermin might just be beyond the pale...
No. No one's calling it. See. The ones that Trump specifically called vermin were the MS-13 gang members. The ones that, murder people.
No, they come here to get a better life, dude. Dreamers. You're dreaming.
Without someone saying it with a string of emojis and using soothing spa music, you might not actually be interested in being convinced.
When sea lioning and tone policing don't work, harassers often duck behind what's called concern.
Yeah, sea lioning, dude.
Trolling. If you're a self-identified feminist, you've definitely been hit with this one. In the Middle Earth of the concern troll, people are only allowed to
get it because Lord of the Rings.
Care about one issue at a time. All issues are discrete and are never interconnected. And there's an objective scale of human misery that determines how much any woman, and they mean white Western women, can point out injustice. For example, if you point out that, say, it would be cool if we gave Latina women a shot at directing blockbuster Hollywood movies.
Why? It would be terrible!
So why don't one of you go make a good indie film?
And then you get picked up. Yeah, there you go. Do that. Or we should just give it to them. We should have the next Marvel movie look like an episode of Orange is the New Black.
No.
That'll be great. No. Can you imagine?
No.
Imagine if the new Avengers is just the Scarlet Witch traveling the world and sewing her wild
That
oats.
other broad.
Yeah. Fucking whatever the one is.
Old Oog the Concern Troll will hang glide into the conversation to remind you girls in Pakistan can't even attend school, so shut up, princess.
Yeah, but women in America can't be funny or make internet videos that are worth a shit.
That's
so
not
shut
concern
up.
trolling. That's called adding perspective to your stupid, unnecessary amounts of misery.
Yes.
But in an absolutely shocking twist, it turns out these guys don't actually care about Pakistan.
Why do you have to keep doing this? And that's not even the. Why is everybody?
Those are aggressive hand motions.
Everybody we are covering lately doesn't seem to know what to do with their hands. Christ.
Girls who want an education. They don't know anything about the issue and certainly aren't working to address it. As far as these professional, but what about the hijab activists are concerned, women in other parts of the world have it worse than Western women, so Western women aren't allowed to point out any inequality or oppression in their own lives.
Correct. As a matter of fact, I'll go one step further. I think you got it too easy. How about that? How about you got it too easy, toots?
I want to start actually paying you 70% less.
Yes.
That would be great.
That would be amazing.
The other name I have for this derailing tactic is, I have a vague memory about some kidnapped Nigerian girls, so why are you so concerned with whether American women earn as much as their male counterparts?
Because they do. Because, see, here's the thing. There isn't a fucking wage gap, you dumb idiot. It just turns out that men tend to go towards fields that are more dangerous and you can make more money in them, and women tend to go in more fields that are worthless, that nobody cares about. See? That's how it works. You know why there's not women in STEM? Because STEM isn't a delicious Thanksgiving dinner, and you won't know how to do it right.
Well, even
okay?
that nowadays, these guys
You're
don't know
right.
how to
That's
do.
a good point. You can't cook and you can't do math. What are you fucking good for?
It's a long title, but we think it really captures the approach.
None of these guys is advocating.
I can't. It's every time. I don't mean to.
It's very jarring.
It really hits hard on the eyes.
That we actually turn our collective attention to the plight of vulnerable women in other societies. They just find it useful to point the finger elsewhere.
This is going to be Pete Davidson in a year. This is going to be him.
What, dead?
on the inside?
Usually at brown men. Let's be honest. Many of these dudes would probably vote today to issue a red handmaiden's robe to every...
Handmaiden's Tale. Ding the bell. We got another Handmaiden's Tale. By the way, not everybody watches your shitty show. All right? You get that? I don't care. People keep telling me, you need to watch it. No, I'm not going to fucking watch it. Nothing that these fucking idiots make such a big thing about, I want on my television.
Every woman in America. But we're supposed to believe they're champions of women's rights in rural Afghanistan? This type of concern troll refuses to acknowledge that most feminists are
Well, you refuse to acknowledge that having a penis makes you a man. So you know what? You have your things, I have my things, okay?
aware that misogynist behaviors and beliefs manifest themselves in a whole range of distinct cultural expressions. We also know that it's important that we recognize our own privilege when it comes to the world at large. But that's not what these concern trolls care about.
They haven't said anything, and even their jokes are terrible. Why do people watch these fucking losers?
They're not calling for a more nuanced and intersectional analysis of global feminist issues.
A more nuanced. You see, when they say words like nuanced, what they mean is, hey, forget science and stats. They need to be nicer.
Yeah, what they mean by nuanced is they'll shout their points and you won't make any counterpoints.
Right, that would be nuanced.
They're blowing hot air.
Unfortunately, that's not the only species of concern troll out there, nor is it necessarily the most prevalent. There's also the kind who like to offer their version of constructive criticism. They cloak their comments under the guise of being helpful. See, they just want to point out the million ways that you're undercutting your position by doing something they've identified as being harmful to your cause. It might be the way you frame an argument. It might be the emotion
The way you frame an argument.
you express while talking about an issue that has affected
these women.
But do you hate these women?
I hate these women.
You personally. It might just be that you don't respond to his overwhelming brilliance with the urgency and breadth he thinks he deserves.
We do deserve it. We deserve urgency and breadth.
Shut up!
You got lucky, Mike, because we have reached the end of the show.
Good, because that made my tooth hurt even worse.
I think it's because you like them. I think it's because you have a sweet tooth.
Right.
Which is your favorite, the blonde one? What a body on her.
guys. We'll see you later, I guess.
Sorry, I didn't mean to turn up so long.
No, you do the cloud. I can't.
Patreon.com/We're Not Sorry. Help us out. Become a patron. That's a way. Now, a lot of people are saying we need other sponsors. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking, Mike. We should get sponsors, the ones that you could just get referral codes that people would use, and see how quickly before they kick us off.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to work on that this weekend. Thank you for listening. Mike, are you going to be up?
It's likely, maybe.
To do a Nightwave.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm going to try to. I'm in pain.
All right. But anyway, make sure you follow Mike's Nightwave account, which is Nightwave Live. Daywave Live is my new channel. And don't forget, Revenge of the Sis, 4 to 6 p.m. If you're watching this, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. Rate us on iTunes. Thank you, guys. We will be back Monday with a fresh new show.